workshop, the stream begins. We're guessing the movie for the wins. How the devil is everyone. Let's spend an hour having fun. Bless you all for joining me, watching my work create debris. Clean it all up, I surely could. With my wife nearby, I probably should. The world of Wayne is streaming live. Models and projects coming alive. A car crash maybe with a mug of Kraken. Stand so you don't have to. The little world away is streaming live. Models and projects coming alive. A car crash maybe with a mug of Kraken. Stand by for laughs and let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. I've got two dachshunds who love to bark and a resin cube around a shark. Hello, Christian from Grantham. I hope you love my new anthem. The world away is streaming live. Models and projects coming alive. A car crash maybe with a mug of Kraken. Stand by for laughs and let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. Let's get frantic. Let's get frantic.
Well, that's a way to start a stream, isn't it, Howard? I should have lined up everything, shouldn't I? But you've just... Oh, my God. Thank you so much, Howard. That's really appreciated. Obviously, Mrs. Welder Wayne's already gone off on one. So, fabric. Ian, you'll be happy to know that we have the embroidery machine back. It's all serviced. It's all working fine. And the automatic needle threader, which you said you could never work, it works. Everything works now. So Mrs. Welder Wayne's completely over the moon with it. So thank you for having that warranty. It's absolutely brilliant. But Howard, oh my God, I don't know how am I supposed to start a stream when you do that right before the stream starts? I am on the run tonight, and I am in my usual place of solitude, if I like. I do like how when Lou was here, he was talking to me about how he knows his fonts, and you know, that's why I tested him then, and he already knew what the font was for that Condor Man, which it was Condor Man. Was it Data 70? You said. There you go, Data 70. I do like that font. That font was used a lot in the 80s, hell of a lot in the 80s. But perhaps I need to use that font for everything. I'll make Windows divert to that font, I think. But yes, I am in the workshop, so a couple of things to share with you first. First off, I did Condor Man today as the film because it stars Michael Crawford. And Michael Crawford playing the Phantom of the Opera, but he was also in a show called Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, if you know UK comedy shows. The reason I recommend that, and I did mention this on the members stream on Sunday, is because after Will's workshop stream that went absolutely perfect last Thursday, we had a little bit of an accident, which I didn't mention to everyone. And what it is we came in, and I was talking to Mrs. Will's workshop, and I was packing up, ready to go. Will had just poured himself a nice fresh cider from that big draft machine that you saw. And he must have put it down. I didn't see it. But I had my laptop on and I turned around and my laptop bag hit his cider in the lounge. It went on the carpet. It went on a multi-plug and it went on his laptop. Now, when you put electricity on multi-plugs, they don't like it very much. So the fuse blew. The TVs went off. Will quickly grabbed his laptop and rushed off with that. It was just a nightmare. It's the sort of thing that you'd see in Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. So, from what I understand, we've short-circuited the laptop, but I think you fixed it now. I think the power socket had been done. The multi-plug, once we had unplugged the laptop, was okay. It was just a nightmare. It was one of these things that I just wanted to bury myself. I was like, how could this happen? Oh my God, what a way to start to finish the stream. I was like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. But so, well, I'm glad it's all sorted out in the end, Will. But that's just the, you know, up to that end of the stream. I just want to forget that little 5 minutes. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. But well done, Mark Grimwillows, for getting Condor Man. I think that was a little bit hard. But there you go. Right, couple of things to show. I still can't believe I got blooming Dash right at the start of the stream. And I've just seen another one. I'll get that in a second. So first off, I've got my monologue. You haven't seen me for some time. So obviously, I went to see Mike Lane. And when I was seeing Mike Lane, I did say I will do one of his builds because he has full box builds here. This was the build up to it.
Another part work here, which I believe someone's going to build as their
I
sponsored
am.
build.
I'm looking forward to doing this.
With a very chunky manual.
Oh my God. Wait a minute, is that the instructions?
Yeah, one manual.
Oh, wait a minute. The deal's changing here. I didn't know it was that big. Oh my God.
So,
Okay.
24-hour build for Wayne.
Yeah, right. 24-year build for Wayne. Excellent. So I am going to be doing that Porsche 911 Carrera, but because I was away when I found out about it and I was stuck in hotel rooms, I had time to kill. So I decided I'm already going to...
226 super chatted $5.
I'll get that in a second.
This is for the
Stop
fabric
me, you're
fund.
throwing me.
Smiley face
I
emoji.
had time to kill in a hotel, so I thought I'd already create the intro. So this is the sting for the video that was meant to be out tomorrow, but it's going to be out Monday now. There's a really reason for that, and I'll explain that soon. But check this out. I do love intro stings. Intro stings. They're pretty cool. The reason I've moved it to Monday is because obviously I had the Dalek delivered yesterday and I'd seen Lou's comment about getting blisters by putting the skirt in. So I already had an idea what I was going to do. And tomorrow's video, you'll see me doing the Dalek. Now, unlike other people, I decided to do my own thing. I already made errors. You're going to see the errors that I made, but I did correct the errors. But I thought, I don't want to get blisters. I'm fed up of getting blisters by screwing things in. I had that with the Infinity Gauntlet. So I pulled out the power drill. It gets messy. It gets messy. But I've left it all in because it is comedy gold. So that's tomorrow's Doctor Who video, the Dalek video, and you're going to see that, which is absolutely cool. Obviously, when I saw Mike Lane... we had a picture. If anyone doesn't know what Mike Lane looks like, now you do. There's Mike. And there's me looking dapper. Looking dapper. I also met, here we go. Look, Chris Fagdock down in Newquay. I went all the way to Newquay to see him and see his workshop. So now Will's had a plaque on there. Now I've got a plaque as well. That was awesome. And then it was like a 5-hour drive home on the Saturday. Which was crazy. What else have I got here? Look, I've got all sorts of weird and wonderful things. I've got I've discovered a picture. I've been going through some old stuff because we we like this retro thing going on here. And I've got a picture here of a Route Master bus in the wild. Check this one out. Look at that. How cool is that? It's number 53. It's the RT1787. The reason I'm showing you that is because that is not in England. That's in my birth town. That's in Adelaide, Australia. I didn't think that. How the hell did that get to Adelaide? Did they just stick it in a shipping container or something? Oh my God. Adelaide, Australia. Look at that. I was just looking at that before the stream. And the reason why I've been looking through that is because I've got a retro item that I promised I was going to show you. Now, kids, if you haven't seen one of these before, this is going to freak you out. It's very heavy. But I have got my boombox, which is a television, a radio, and as you can see at the top here, I don't know, let's stop it, a cassette player. Why isn't it not ejecting? Where's the eject button? There it is. So you can put cassettes in there and stuff. But the reason why I want to show you this is fully working, is because I forgot how these things actually work, these TVs and stuff. So I'm going to turn it to TV mode, okay? Check this out. There's your static, but it takes forever. I forgot you've got to wait for the screen to warm up. So in a second, the screen will warm up. Any minute now. Any minute now. Takes forever to warm up. It will work. Trust me. I think we're on TV. We are. Here it comes. Here it comes. There you go. We got the screen, and then we can tune it here. But obviously, we don't get any signal at the moment. Now, if I turn that back off, we come out of TV mode, which is there. Did you see that little flash? Old TVs, used to have a light which used to just go lower and lower and lower and lower to a dot. But that's a black and white TV. But this is my latest gadget that I've got for the retro room. Because I used to have one. It's actually powered in at the moment, but it's powered through D-cell batteries. The really big chunky ones. Now that's heavy in itself. So when you've stuck like 8 batteries, which is what it takes in there, you can imagine how big that actually is. But I've been having a bit of a retro time. So I enjoyed that. And then the last thing is we've got a guy called John Fairweather, I think that's his name, has invited me to see his model that he's made. It's actually a 1/1 scale model he's made, but it's his own interpretation of it in Wales. So I'm going to take him up on the offer to go see it, and that is he's made the Orca. Who is that? Now this is in Conway. It's near Llandudno. So what I'm doing is I'm arranging with Mrs. World Wayne to go and see it. And I'm hopefully going to have a chat with him. His name's John. Really nice guy. But oh my God, I get a chance to see the Orca, which is
At
absolutely
Ian
brilliant.
Campbell 8,649
Ian,
super
right,
chatted
this is panicking me tonight now. So
$132.33.
because how am I supposed
Well,
to
no
how am I supposed to do a
Passwork
stream now?
pizzas for a few months.
Oh my God, I'm sure there's
Welcome
things
to
I'm
the
forgetting
Mrs.
now because
Wow
all right, yeah,
Fabric
okay.
Appreciation Fund smile.
It just making me laugh. Listen, I really apologise. Once again, I'm going to be missing my Sunday stream this month, because I'm actually going to be at the Goodwood Members Day. Now, Goodwood has 3 main events on. You have the Goodwood Members Day, you have the Festival of Speed, and you have the Revival. Now, the Members Day is only for GRRC members, Goodwood, I think that's right. So I've managed to get a pass for it. So I'm going to go see it, which means I'm going to try and create some content for it. But it does mean I get to dress up in my bestest country outfit. I have bought a suit today, which is going to be that with a Peaky Blinders cap and everything, which is going to be pretty cool. So I want to try and stream from that for the members. So if I can get a signal somewhere there, and I can't remember if I did when I was at the Festival of Speed, I will share some of the stuff with you. But it looks like a really good day, so that's where I am on Sunday. So I apologise, I won't be live streaming, but I am actually going to try and get some content for the members. So there you go. But yes, Howard says, is this the stream I was looking for? I don't know, but it could be. Hold on, Wayne. It's good being back in my room here, but I haven't been here for ages. Look, Lou's Bane is still up on there with the thing. This now is in the cupboard over there, which I still need to do the lights. Haven't done that yet. And I think that's everything that's been going on at the moment. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try and catch up with chat now while I'm on my run. I'm off to Lakeside as well on Sunday thinking about it because I want to break the journey up to Goodwood. Goodwood's quite far away, which means I've got to do a visit to Short Circuit. I've got to do a visit to Lakeside Shopping Centre. So that's where I'm going to be on Saturday. You know the song. You do. How are you feeling now, Todd? You haven't been very well. I saw your Orca video, your buddy build with Ian, Pitstain Hobbies. You didn't sound well, my friend. You didn't sound well at all. So hopefully you're getting over that now. I don't know when you recorded that. So, Smokey and the Bandit in space. Oh, you just reminded. How's this reminding me of things? Now, I didn't realise that I've been going through my Dashery store. Okay, I'm going to put my links up here. I've been going through my Dashery store, and I went for a clear out of all the things in my Dashery store just to freshen up merch, basically, and stuff like that. I didn't realise I accidentally got rid of Sprühverse's one on there, his actual main one. That's back in there now, but it's sort of upgraded. I've done it so that so Phil's now got the Sprühverse logo, build something on the back, but he's also got mugs, pillars, hoodies. It's just everything. So if you want to check out my merch store, you can get the Sprühverse stuff from that store, but that's now available if you wanted any Sprühverse merch. You haven't seen Condor Man in 20 years. It's a great film. Absolutely great film. I think my prescription was cancer. I had to redo it. Probably was a CC error. I don't know. Before the stream started tonight, Howard, I went through all of the YouTube channel members and the Patreon members because I'm having to update it manually at the moment because people like Ian and Steve who keep gifting, they keep breaking it. So I have to do it manually. It's a good form of breaking, But yeah, it keeps getting broken. So yeah, look, I bet Lou knows what font that is. I was impressed. I was impressed. Data 70 though. I won't forget that now. It's in my head. Oh, Mrs. Wilder Wayne bought me something as well. Mrs. Wilder Wayne, have you got that thing you bought me that came in the post that I was surprised about? And I was like, oh wow, you got it, me. Can I have it? Because that's wicked. That's wicked. Hopefully she heard that. That's 1970 future tech font that no one uses anymore. Nah, I would happily use that as my in place of Arial now, Matthias. I love that font. I think it got put on this account. Sorry about swapping. Deforest. Oh, yeah. So what I've done is, yeah, I've added Deforest Hobbies. I'm all confused now, Howard. Hi, Scott. So, Steve, thank you for gifting a membership. See, I've got to add that now manually. Chris Gwillam is now a member. So, wait a minute. Chris came on. You gifted a membership, and it suddenly gifted Chris. That's wicked. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. That should buy a few litres of gas. Well, at the moment, like when I went down to Plymouth, I think it was 152. And on the way back from Plymouth, it was at 189 in the service station on the M5. Was it the M5? Yeah, Gloucester services on the M5. 189. So it went from £1.52 a litre to £1.89 a litre. I'll let you Americans calculate how much that is. At the moment, we're on I think it's still 152 in Corby at the moment. Pretty crazy. Good guess for Cannibal Run. It wasn't Cannibal Run. Matthias, you've gifted some membership as well. Thank you so much, Matthias. Does all of these get... I think all of these gifts are... Never get bored of that. Never get bored of that song. You've just gifted Now Felina, Venom 14, Clonero, Pat Warboys, and Matt Miller. So once again, I've got to add Matthias. I've got to add those to the card. It takes me a couple of days to update them. I will be honest with you. It's normally Thursdays is the day that I can actually go through every single name and do it. John Builds Iconic Military Models was asking me, how do I update the card? And I'm like, well, I've got a macro. I used to have a macro that did it, but it doesn't do it. It doesn't do it at all. Typeface, not font. Font is size and style like bold. Ah, okay. Typeface. I will remember that. But when I'm searching for a font, I'm all confused, Will. I've had too much rum to get into this. Hi, Paul. How's it going? Yeah, so I'm down your way, Paul. Well, kind of your way. I'm going to be in... Is Goodwood in Hampshire? I don't know. That's okay. Yeah, well, Goodwood's just north of Chichester. So I'm going to be at Chichester. I know my friend's in Portsmouth. I would really like to drop in to see him in Portsmouth. Mrs. Wildaway got me this. Now, I saw Phil wearing one. And I was going to go to London and get one, but Mrs. Wildaway got one for me. Look, check this out. Look, yeah. I got my Star Trek 60 t-shirt. Thank you, Mrs. Wildaway. This is absolutely awesome. So it saved me a trip to London, but I do still want to go there to see the Star Trek 60 exhibition. Again, the pictures that Phil had posted up are absolutely awesome. Howard, again, look at you. Here's for Esther's fabric. Make something good. Sorry, Wayne. Howard, you are encouraging her. You encourage her. Now she's got this embroidery machine back. I'm going to get no peace up here. Ian will tell you when this machine's on, and it's going, it's like an MRI machine. In here, I can't concentrate. I've got no headphones up here. I have to go back downstairs again. But thank you, Howard. I will make sure she gets, well, she will make sure she gets that. Trust me. The famous roller skating scene where he hangs off the back of AEC and gets charged for his fare. Hilarious. Oh, we've bounced. Look, Will's seen this now, so he knows what this is like. That he keeps just jumping for no reason. The font was also called Key Punch. I'm trying to think. You see, the thing is, Lou, I've got a game down here called Master Challenge. Epson Software's telling me there's new software. Why do I want to know that now? No, I don't want to install it. Go away. Right, it just popped up over the screen. Epson, that's very, very... that's thrown me. Yeah, Master Challenge. The whole book is in that font. I love that font. As a matter of fact, I think some of Vincent's stuff on the little writing is in that font as well. Is this going to be a WoW appreciation stream? Certainly started off here. Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? I cannot believe it. Oh my God. Yeah, if anyone's counting scores on the doors, I'll let my members know as well. I got my Nissan Juke on I think it was the 28th of January, okay? 85,900 miles, okay? It's now the 16th of April, and I'm on 93,500 miles. I've done 7,000 miles in almost 2 months. I've been getting around. Oh, and it's only me that's been using the car. Mrs. Weldaway's been using the Nissan. So we heard you broke Will's house. Yeah, I broke Will's house.
At
I
it
didn't mean
use
to. But
8,619
see,
super chatted
you see, Howard, this is why you
$26.47. Share with Mrs. Wow.
stop doing that. I'll get to you, Ed. Thank you. This is why you can't invite me to your house. See, because I am just accident prone. I just think accidents follow me. I don't know if I'm clumsy or not, but it wasn't funny, Will. It was flipping. I was just inside dying. I was really dying. I mean, Will just cooked an absolutely lovely dinner as well. I had a lasagna and chips. Obviously, we were doing the stream. I had a nice lemonade. And then it just went bad so quickly. It's like, what the hell? Stop donating to our fabric fund. Thank you, Steve. I'm sure Mrs. Waldaway's going to love that. Absolutely cool. You know what? Like, I can't believe next month, we're in April, next month, it's just over a month away. Wonderfest is going to be around. Wonderfest is going to be around. Can you believe that? Now, I did mention it last week, but I'm just going to go into this, if I can get over there. A couple of things to show you. Is on the 21st of June, I'm going to be at the Return to Amity event in Martha's Vineyard. As you can see, a lot of the stars from Jaws 2 are going to be there. And last year sold out. Look at this. And these are some of the guests. Jeffrey Kramer, who played the police constable. This is the Kinder Boy. Obviously, the kids with the shark. This is the shark. Marty Milner, who helped build the Orca or helped repair the Orca. And look down the bottom. It's me. I'm going to be there. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. That's Return to Amity at Martha's Vineyard on the 20th and 21st of June. So I'm going to get so much footage of that. I'm going to try and match stills with the actual island and see what we can find, which will be pretty cool. Hi, Jamesy boy. How's it going? It won't let me highlight your comment. I don't know why. Mike Crawford was in Hello Dolly with Barbara Streisand, Mrs. Welder, one of Mrs. Welder Wayne's favourite films, which is a fantastic film to watch, very uplifting. Yeah, it's one of her favourite films. Is the Porsche Wednesday gig? No, I'm going to be doing this on the main channel, Matthias. I was hoping to do it tomorrow, but I think the Dalek is probably the video I'm going to do. That way I can take my time. See, Will's Workshop did one of these box sets of the Subaru, you know, the full box things in 24 hours. I tried to do it at the Volvo Amazon. It didn't work. What I'm planning to do, though, is when I do this build, I'm going to have a timer on. And I'm going to call it like... People do it in Warcraft. They call it like zone locked or stuff like that. I want to see how much I can do in an hour of filming. So the video's not going to be an hour, but in an hour of filming, how can I do it? And if I have a timer running, every time I do an edit, you'll see that timer jump. And then what we can do is at the end of the build, I can add up how long that build's taken. That's the plan I'm going to be doing. But the reason I wanted to do the Porsche, because Mike did say, which box would you do? Is because back in 1992, my deputy manager at Sainsbury's in Eastmain in Basildon had one, and I got to drive it, and I loved it. So I did love the Porsche. Living expensive now. That same car now, I think, is £245,000 for a 1992 Porsche Carrera. Crazy. Michael Crawford's in Wall-E, from a certain point of view. I haven't seen... I saw Wall-E once. Lou. Perhaps I need to see that. And Gordon's here. Gordon's managed to supply me with some more glue from the range, so I really appreciate that. Funny enough, he was down in Plymouth. You're in Plymouth, aren't you? You're that way? I should have just come and picked it up. You just got a tariff charge for the XO Porsche kit. $248. Oh, my God. The white Porsche 911, the same one I'm building on my channel. It's a great build. Oh, is it? I'll be checking that out. I really am looking forward to doing that. Wait and try to exterminate the Dalek. You should have seen me with a power. You see, I've got an electric screwdriver, Howard. But then I'm like, are we going to have the torque with this electric screwdriver, and I thought, why don't I just use my drill? And I turned the torque settings down all the way, so there's no way it's going to strip the plastic. It goes messy. Ah. Thank you, David. What a cool dude you live in Three Boroughs, not Newquay. He's in Three Boroughs. Well, it's just outside Newquay as far as, to a northerner like me, it's in that vicinity. Three Boroughs. Lovely new road, though. Last time I went to Chris's house, it was like a building site, but now it's lovely and smooth. But I didn't realise with Chris's workshop, I thought he had built a workshop on the other side of his garden. So when I got there and saw this, I was a bit thrown. I was like, what's this? And then I went inside. I'm like, oh my God, it's about 4 times bigger than my workshop. And obviously, once I showed Mrs. World Away and Chris, she was like, I'd like one of them. I'm like, no, I like my workshop. Thank you very much. You thought it was an old oscilloscope at first. No, this is the old TV thing. I remember when I used to get grounded, it used to happen when I was little, that I used to be able to plug my ZX Spectrum into that. Granted, it was on a tiny black and white screen, but I could still play games on it. You used to have a smaller version made by JVC. The way I figure it is, in a post-apocalyptic world where the internet's turned off and there's no digital anymore, everyone's going to go back to analog. And I've got so much analog stuff in here. I can listen to radio, TV. I think I'm pretty good. As a matter of fact, hang on, we can't do this stream without that on. There we go. I forgot to turn that on. I literally just finished a package design for a retro boombox for AWA. Wow. Well, you know what? This wasn't expensive. This was £40 on eBay, fully working. And I used to have this exact one. That's why I picked it. So I'm going through a phase at the moment. Is trying to think, what did I have and what do I miss? There's loads of things that I'm looking for. There's 2 electronic games I'm looking for. One is called Puck Monster. It's a yellow box. Oh, here we go. Look, this one I'm looking for, Puck Monster. And I'm also looking for a game called head-to-head boxing. Electronic game. Let's show you that one. Head-to-head boxing. Yep, here it is. This was a 1981 game. Let me show you that one. Look, I'm looking for that one as well. Head-to-head boxing. Again, they're 2 games that I had that I just played endlessly. There was another game, I can't remember the name of it. Was it Astro Blaster? It was in sort of like a white screen with a circle on it and you used to have a joystick. I can't remember. God, my memory's starting to fade. Perhaps that's what it is. Perhaps I'm trying to get this stuff back into my life because my memory is failing. That's what it is. You remember those times about buses when I get on at the back? Yeah. The tube has to warm up, yeah, and then when it goes off, it's just how it cools down as well. You had one of those, did you? It's funny. I forgot that tellies took time to warm up. I really forgot. Good old vacuum tubes. The little dot before it went off. Yeah. Why are you making me feel so old? Lou, that's not old. Well, I had this. This must have been about 82. Actually, 82 was quite a while ago. 92, 2002. Yeah, let's not talk about that anymore. Your first colour TV was a 6-inch Emerson back in the mid-80s. It was about the size of a shoebox. My God. I mean, I look at my tellies, and like a 21-inch TV was massive back in the 80s. Not anymore. I mean, there's me riding an 85-inch TV now. Funny way you should be talking about buses. I was on a model show at the Bus Garage Museum last Sunday. Really? Wait, where was that? I saw a lot of Facebook posts about that. Your retro TV, it was great seeing that last week, yeah. Oh, yeah, Dave. I had Dave here as well. Dave, where's my picture of you? Hang on, hang on, stand by. Now, Dave Westbury, on the Thursday, he had come down to Corby, but I was on my way to Plymouth, but I couldn't let Dave come here without seeing the workshop. So I hung around so he could come and see it. Here we go, look. So I got to meet Dave as well. Look, there's Dave Westbury in the workshop. So he had a great day. But Dave, you got to let me tell your story. I got to tell your story. So Dave, I said to Dave, look, this is Rockingham Castle. Lou's seen Rockingham Castle as well. And I said to him that, it's a great place, but unfortunately it's closed. It doesn't open till Sundays. And then later on in the summer, it's open Tuesdays and Sundays. This was obviously Thursday. But Dave had managed to go through the forest and find a way into the castle. So he was telling me he was having a good old look around, taking loads of pictures and stuff before he was escorted off the property. I was like, oh my God. But then I did advise him to go to Foxton Locks. Ian, you know Foxton Locks. Had a brilliant time there. Brilliant time. Ian, oh my God. So Ian Parkwork pizzaed us last week. You've just, thank you so much. I'm touched. What do you say? Thank you so much for that. That's brilliant. Thank you, Ian. We've definitely got to sort out a Gates meal, and I will definitely. It's on my treat. We will have something to eat. Although I am kind of like on a diet at the moment because, as I said, I bought a new suit and I really need to fit into it. CRT tube. It's the magnetic fields that create the picture. I remember them. You saw the dot right after the national anthem played. Yeah. The thing is, I had a TV that wasn't a dot. The telly went off, and then a dot appeared, and it got quite big before it started to disappear again. It was really weird. That was a colour TV. This is black and white, remember? Yes, kids, we have black and white TVs as well. That's an AEC Region Freeway. London Transport had 7,000 of them in total. Last one in regular service was at Barking in 1976. Wow. Same type that Clip Richard drove in summer holidays. Not a route master. Ah, right, okay. That was actually taken in 2000 in the Adelaide Christmas pageant. So I didn't realise that. If anyone knows, David, you're the person to speak to. Wayne's going to retire early tonight. Yeah, I think I can, isn't it? I think I need to have the rum, chill out. Everyone's happy. But yeah, so I've got 2 journeys to America coming up. So I'm hoping that I don't go through the nightmare you went through, Lou. Otherwise, me and rum are going to become very much acquainted, I believe. Wayne's going to have a heart attack for these donations. Yeah, tell me about it. Conway, South Carolina. No. It's not. It's Conwy. Conwy? I can't pronounce these Welsh names. I don't know. Well, GRWC members, that's the one. GRWC, thank you. And Public with Money. Did it for 12 years. 1 star line pits. Well, you know what, Chris? You're the person to ask. See, I am going to be going suited and booted. I've got a country gent suit. Like the tweed suit, waistcoat, pocket hanky, flat cap. I'm hoping, because they say the dress code's smart. I know it's not like Revival smart, but I'm hoping that I'm not going to seem out of place, because that's what I'm wearing. We'll have to see. Just been polishing kit, so happy it's finished. Yeah, well done on finishing that. I saw your pictures, David. That looked really good. If we can just get your donations, we can save a displaced Australian and help him with his wife's habits. Just a few dollars, you can make a difference. You know, for years, I went through, because obviously born in 73 in Australia, came back in 78, spent my whole school life, all the way up to 1989, of people calling me a convict because of the whole, Botany Bay thing and taking all our convicts to Australia. That sort of dropped off the table after that. People didn't really call me a convict anymore. Skippy. I was called Skippy quite a lot. May have missed as I joined, but do you know if Mike Lane is going to take over the mantle for Model Mods? I don't think he's going to take over the mantle for Model Mods, but I did get to see the DeLorean kit that he's working on. Oh my God, Paul. Oh my God. It's amazing. You've got the flux, the Christmas tree, the EL lights, everything. And he's even making boards for the back of the car, for the light. He's just basically completely going over the top. He's also got a circuit board. You will see this in a video that I'll have coming out soon. It's also got a circuit board, which you can put in any of your vehicles to control all the lights, sounds. You can do whatever you want with it. And it's a generic sort of circuit. Oh, it's great. It's great stuff. You're feeling fine now, just having to move houses tomorrow. Lots to do. Oh my God. If that's going to, you know what, Todd, they're saying moving house and getting divorced is probably 2 of the most stressful things in your life. I think moving house was top. So you just get better, and now you're going to throw yourself into moving house. You're going to be ill again. Rum is your friend on these occasions. Have you sent Ian to give him his moon mug? No, I haven't. You know what? Will's Workshop, I was going to bring your mug up tonight. And Mrs. Wilder Wayne says, not that one, because that's Ian's. So I put that downstairs and forgot to bring the other one up. That's me. You did 5 sit-ups this morning. I can tell from that sentence is you, Mark. I know it doesn't seem a lot, but there are only so many times you can hit the snooze button. Oh dear. That's when the pizza will arrive. The last weekend I was at Gates with Jew Alex from Hawley's. Yeah, he was. It was cool. And I think Alex really liked Gates, doesn't he? Anyone who visits Gates loves the place. Absolutely brilliant. Dalek issues all done. Moving back into the house. Be right back. Okay, Ed. Take care. Yep, you've got a mug here. Yeah, you have got a mug here, Ian. It's waiting for you. But I'll keep it in the box so I don't lose it. My mate told me he's thinking about leaving his wife because she hasn't talked to him for the last 2 months. So I replied, don't be too nasty. Women like that are hard to find. You're at 2.30 euros. It goes to show how much I don't use euros. What's the 30? Is that cents? Do they use cents in Euroland? I guess. Euro, €2 30 cents. I don't know. Can you give me that thing that came the other day? In that thing, you know what I'm talking about. It's so cool. Thank you, David Westbury. Oh my God, David Westbury's dashed me as well. Right, that's another time to say the dash stuff.
Dash.
You know what? The macro was already dead, Steve. It was already dead. And it was only that because obviously on the Patreon card and the YouTube card, we have the premium elite members, the elite members, then it goes to the premium support members. That's the one where you're putting the subs in. That's the one that just, that little one, when that throws out everything. It's like the domino. It's like the Jenga puzzle. You pulled out that Jenga and everything just comes crashing down. That's what it's like. You should see it. It's funny when it all goes wrong. Just read an article that said that most men don't know their wife's favourite flower. It must be one of the good few. I know my wife's favourite is self-rising. Self-raising. This is right away. Yeah, this makes me laugh, right? So she's got her in our main bedroom because you know she's already taken over the retro room, but in the main bedroom in the house, she's already taken that over with her sewing machines and fabric as well. Well, she has this blue tit that sits. Has come to visit her. Sits on the little Juliet balcony fence. So she thought it's clever, right? Because she says sometimes it taps on the window, right? Which I'm thinking this thing's blind and it's just trying to get into the house, but it's whacking on the window. So she thought it's fun to buy this bird feeder that you stick to the window. So the way I figure this, it's not just going to be blue tits that are smashing into my window now. It's going to be every bird in the garden. I just think she's cruel because I don't think they can see the glass. And she's put food on the glass. So I'm watching it with morbid fascination to see what happens. Thank you, David. A good one's about an hour and a half from here. Oh, is it? I know it's down the A3. I think I go down the A3 and then come off after Guildford or something. I used to do the A3 on the way to Portsmouth. I've only been to Goodwood once before for the Festival of Speed. Pizza is here. Wife would have got me one. Oh, bless you. How can I get knighted so I can be a sir also? I'm British. I call everyone sir. Thank you, Ed. Share with Mrs. Wilder Wayne. You know that's not going to happen. Mrs. Wilder Wayne's just going to take it. She's probably already ordered the fabric. She gets more deliveries than I do deliveries for, all the part work builds. Although saying that, I haven't had deliveries for ages, especially Fan Home lately have sent me the Jeff Gordon, which I put on the channel. I've got 2 of those. They've sent me another box of the Ferrari, so I've got something now for the Sunday streams when I'm doing them. That's it. I haven't had anything else apart from what you've seen on the channel. I think I got notification of the Red Bull wheel that's coming, Darth Vader, and another one. But I'm building Dave Phillips' Red Bull, right? Now, 2 times in the past, there's been errors with it, so I've had to call Dave up and say, "There's been an error. Can you get in touch with them?" Well, sure as brain, 2 days ago, I get another delivery for Dave, and there's another part missing. So they've sent me 2 issue 58, and there's no issue 61 or 62. I can't remember. It's like 3 times. How can you screw up 3 times in a build? I don't know. Crazy stuff. Yeah. My wife has a long arm cord on an embroidery machine. Every time she goes to the loft, she's in heaven. Well, you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. So that's what I'm doing. When you're famous, I know a celebrity. I just can't wait because I'm gonna be fanboying myself when I'm there. To be honest with you, so I mean, the Orca's gonna be there as well, as in the Agora Models Orca. But yeah, it's going to be a brilliant event. So Agora Models are going to be bringing the prototype, so they're going to be there as well. Um, but I'm looking forward to it. The pub, it's actually in the Wharf pub in a place called Edgartown, which is on the east side of the island, and the pub is actually run by the Kittner boy, Jeffrey Voorhees. He actually runs the pub, so it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Uh, Thank you, David. I can't wait. It's a bucket list thing. I've always wanted to go to Martha's Vineyard. You're going to be at Telford again this year, so you'll be seeing you there. I'll be at Telford. Looking forward to Telford. I'm going to be at Makers Central on the Sunday. I'll tell you what, there's another show I'm going to be at, which is on the 3rd of May. Anyone's interested in this one, you're going to love this. If you was a fan of this, then at the NEC on the Saturday, the 2nd and the 3rd of May, something like that, Saturday and Sunday, you've got RetroCon, which is everything 80s at the everything 80s at the NEC. Absolutely brilliant. I'm looking forward to that. And that's going to be loads of stars for the 80s are going to be there as well. Check it out on the NEC website. But I thought I can't miss that. Got 80s con. That's going to be brilliant. Look, Hello Dolly is brilliant. Everyone likes Hello Dolly. What was the war film Michael Crawford was in? It was a bit like the Memphis Belle, but it's in black and white. I've got no idea. All I know is Michael Crawford in Phantom of the Opera, and some others do have them. We're all set for the apocalypse. Yep, definitely. My son said if there was ever a zombie apocalypse, he'd hide in the Costa Coffee cups. You know, they have the great cups outside their restaurants or their franchises. He was going to hide inside one of them. Everyone's getting ready for the apocalypse. You have Munchman, I remember that, and Stargate and handheld games. I had the Mario one as well, the Watch, is it Watch and Play? I think that's what they were called, and you had to sort of like stop the crates of milk bottles crashing because they're on a conveyor belt. You still have your head-to-head football somewhere in the basement. Oh my God. Good old days, they certainly were. Astro Wars, that was it. Jamesy boy, well done. Astro Wars, I remember that. The old days when BBC would wish you good night, yep. And then you get a black screen and then you get that static. The problem is now when I watch that static and you heard that sound, I hope you heard that sound. I hope it didn't think. I just keep thinking, Carol Ann, get out of the TV, Carol Ann, from Poltergeist. Yes, Dave Westbury did. That's the first thing that happened. I was like, I'm going to press the button, watch this. And my workstation came up. Hi, Mark O'Neill. How's it going? I was down your way a couple of weeks ago. We went to we were going to Norwich, but the person we were picking up we thought was going to be in Norwich, but their bus got broken down, so we ended up in Sheringham. So we were in Sheringham, and then obviously we had to come pretty much the Cromer way to get back to the Norwich road. So we were down your way, and then on the way home we went to Holt, before I went to Fakenham and saw my nephew. Really, and how can Wayne take anything into the workshop without showing it off? No. The thing is, when people come here, they know this. I take them everywhere. Like, there's no place that is. We go up here, we go in Faith's room, we go everywhere. The Glasgow is Glasgow or Glasgow? Up north, it's Glasgow, isn't it? The Glasgow Vintage Vehicle Trust. I have a vid. I am editing on my Model Boat Club's YouTube channel. I run. Ooh, that could be cool. You'd have to email me the link, Jamesy boy. You're always welcome here, Mark. Always welcome here. Sorry, I can't scroll. It's not letting me scroll. Just finished packing the van for the Scottish National Model Show. Yes, Keith, I understand you're in Perth. That's going to be a drive. Now, I'm guessing, do you go up, where are you? You're there, so you must be going up the A1. Or, yeah, you must go up the A1, I'm guessing. That takes you around to Berwick for the Edinburgh side to Perth. Otherwise, you're going onto the M6 and then having to cross country. I don't know. Is the A1 best for you? It's a nice drive if you go through Hexham, but you know, with all your stock and stuff, I don't know. But I've done my 5-hour drive this year so far. That drive, I mean, actually, I took Chris Fangdock's recommendation and I left at 7:30 in the morning. I left Bodmin. I was staying in Bodmin. And I got home, I left at 7:30. I got home at 12:15. So that weren't too bad. And that was with a stop at Gloucester Services. I saw that, and Perth is a little trip, but I was tempted. Yep, you have to dress up. It's just a race meeting. That's okay. Yeah, I am dressed up. I am dressed up, so I'm looking forward to that. I know that Jensen Button's going to be there, so I'm looking forward to that. Botany Bay. Oh my God, we've got to get out of here. I knew you'd say that. Mike Lane's kit car is probably more advanced than the real thing. His stuff is amazing. Yeah, some of the mods he's been doing. I mean, he had. I mean, Todd and Ian will tell you this as well. He had them all laid out in the workshop. Things like the DeLorean. As soon as I come in, then you had. I'm trying to remember the Toyota Supra opposite. You had the Gran Torino, the Starsky and Hutch Gran Torino in there, the Lotus Esprit, the 1.8 Ecto 1, the Blitzway Ecto 1, the Hot Toys Glory. There was just everything already taken apart, and like it's as if Mike's gone, now what can I do now? And then I saw his paint room with all these 3D printers and then his laser print. It was yeah, I was fanboying big time. But I did film about an hour's worth of footage in there. I was at a massive vehicle show of more than 700 lorries, cars, motorcycles, military vehicles, plus the South East Bus Festival, 149 buses. Great day at the Kent ground. It was at the showground, Maidstone. You need to say that with a Russian accent, Lou. Do you remember when old colour CRT TVs had to be degaussed occasionally when the colour went a bit messy? What with the wand? There used to be a wand you put over it, wasn't there? I do remember that. Mrs. World Away. Ian would like to see Will's workshop mug. Could you bring that up as well, please? I'm sorry. It's Ian. Ian's asked for these things. I did type it with the accent, but I don't have the funny letters on my keyboard. You just need the backwards R. You got that? You're good. This Sunday, you're off on a route master to visit Brooklands for the London. That was the one that I saw, David. You were advertising that, I believe, on Facebook. I saw it advertised on Facebook. And then I thought, Brooklands, I used to work for Brooklands because they've got the Porsche garages down there. Porsche, I should say. The Porsche, or is it Bentley? Brooklands, Bentley, Brooklands, Porsche. No, I think it was Porsche in Brooklands. So I was working in their dealership, booking people's services in. $3.79 a gallon here in Charleston. I mean, that's cheap for us. God, I'd love it to be free. I mean, like 50% of our fuel's all juicy though, so we pay a lot. I'm coming back to Corby in September. I love Voco so much, I'm going to stay longer next time and explore more places. Well, I'll have to give you an idea of some of the places to go. Stamford's nice. You can go meet Colin Furs. I said Rutland Water you'll love. I tend to like the places where there's lots of water, a body of water. I don't know why. This blue tip visits every day. Here we go. You're just taunting it by sticking birdseed to the window. It's a specially designed bird feeder to the window. No, she's sticking food to the window. I'm telling you what she's doing. You can have a new stream, Wayne. Tit cam. Yeah. What, put it on OnlyFans? And then people subscribe and then it's just blue tits. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work at all. Although, you know, I said to Lou, he needs to get a live webcam feed to his hummingbirds. Because, God, I'll be glued. I would be glued to that. I would be absolutely glued watching it. I'm fascinated by him. And then get like a nightlight one. And then the camera can turn to the fireflies. You've already got a subscriber in me, Lou, if you ever think about doing that. But yeah, hummingbird firefly cam. I'll be in my element. And if you've got any of your native Vincent fly traps, we can have a cam on that as well. I think that's crazy. North Carolina is the native home of sorry, Vincent, Venus flytraps. Can you believe that? Here, they're like a, wow, let's watch it eat something. Can we just chuck ham or flies or stuff into it? Also, if you had a color CRT next to a powerful hi-fi speaker, that would affect the color. It would, because the magnet in the speaker. That's why I've got speakers for that one there, and I've got an old CRT TV there, which again takes time to. I mean, this one takes a lot longer than that one. I think it's because that's color and it's a lot newer. But yeah, the speakers are nowhere near that TV for that reason. What made you get into collecting and building models? Are you building the F2000? I'm not actually building the F2000, but I might be. But I did do the Lotus, Senna Lotus. I did the Fittipaldi. I started the Fittipaldi F1 car as well. I've always liked F1 though. I've been a big F1 fan. But models, I've been building them since 2015 on the channel. I have to say, when I started model building, I hadn't really done many 1.8 cars, and now I think, God, I must be on 35 now. 35, 40. I've done a lot. She did an OnlyFans. How to do that? I'm trying to think of a pun, Lou, that plays on the perhaps Ornithopter. OnlyFans. What do they call I should know this. A bird watcher's an ornithologist, isn't it? Yeah, ornithans. That's cool. Just for clarification, tell Mrs. World Wayne that the bird feeder needs to be on the outside of the window. Oh yeah. If anyone reports us to the RSPCA, we know why. It's because I didn't explain it properly. I'm gonna have to put a proof of life picture on the look. It's definitely on the outside. It's definitely a bird feeder you stick to the window. It's only look. This thing's outside, stuck to a window. Yeah, but with the weather we have in the UK, really cold, really hot, I can't see it staying there very long. I just can't see it staying there very long. Plus, we have like pigeons the size of like turkeys here, and they'll eat anything. So if there's seed going, they'll be happy to go and try and attack it. I don't think the squirrels are going to get up there, but we'll have to see. Have to arrange a part-work pizza at the Wharf Pub. Hi, Craig. How's it going? Is Will and Victoria going to be at Wonderfest this year? You know what? I haven't heard from Will and Victoria for some time. I don't know. Normally, they'd let me know about the month beforehand. It's normally a last-minute decision for them. There we go. How I won the war. Is that it, Steve Davis? What's happening with the Spider-Man build? I haven't had a delivery. I'm waiting for a delivery to come. So when it comes, I'll get on with it. I'm guessing we're going to be building more of those spider-arm things. I guess Fan Home got Enterprise D stuff moved to the new warehouse in the States. Sending me issue 28. Almost done. Ooh. I'm guessing Mrs. Worldaway ain't bringing that mug up, is she? M6 is good if it's on the west. M6, M74, M8, M90, you're there basically. Oh, okay. See, normally for Perth, let me think, because it's on that side, so... Yeah, I'm trying to think the way I would go. Yeah, I think that's probably right. I would do A1, then round that ring road of Edinburgh, and then get to it that way. Either way, you're hitting Stirling. You should make a holiday of it, Keith. Yeah, that was the film tonight, Mark O'Neill, Condor Man. TVs used to have a switch on the back to change from 425 to 625 lines. Whoops, showing my age now. I don't remember that. My dad used to fix TVs. My dad's job in Australia was working for radio rentals, erecting aerials. And he used to have so many stories about redback spiders, the black widows that they've got out there, because he used to see them all the time. Gets caught up in them. Didn't bother him. Why it made me crazy, I don't know. Thanks for reminding me. I need to put out my hummingbird feeders. There is a YouTube video that proves every house with a smart meter is paying an extra £57 a year to cover the cost of the smart meter rollout. Oh my God. Got to get their pound of flesh somewhere. Have you been looking on eBay? I remember Mr. Professor. That was the owl looking thing, wasn't it? I remember that. Oh. Oh, here we go. There you go, Ian. My dad used to bring an old TV into our room when I was a kid for Saturday cartoons. Yeah, I used to get one wheeled in when I was ill. Will. There you go, Ian. Will's Workshop. Look, I haven't used it. It's still in the box. It got here in one piece, Will. See, who said I can't be trusted with fragile things? Apart from laptops and stuff, you know. California is $6.45 a gallon when you've got the other one at $3. Oh my God, that's crazy. That's crazy. You'll have to use some Gorilla Glue to keep it in place. No. Get a wildlife cam to watch the tits or count window strikes. Yeah, I'll have a motion thing that every time it hears a bang noise, it starts recording. Just in time to see the bird like... And then when I've got this whole collection of blue tits on my decking, you know, I'll be saying to Mrs. Waldaway, I think I'm going to report you. In true Monty Python fashion, not only didn't we have a TV, we didn't have a house to put it in. He didn't have a house. Oh, I only dreamed of having a house. I didn't have a TV. If we wanted a TV, we used to have to draw on a piece of paper and then animate it by flicking the paper. I used to make magnetic pump drives. All the broken bits of magnets I used to stick under my bench. One day they took it and put the motor on top. Did not last. Oh my God. Can you believe, right? I know it's 55 now, but we, I think, have caught up with chat, which never happens on a Thursday night. So I'm hoping the fact that I'm getting a dry voice, that I've probably answered every question. I don't know. I wonder if the mug had been taken on the tour and had a ride on the workstation. Not yet, no. It's actually sat on a 3D printer here because I got two. I got one for me and one for Ian here. So, but it had a ride from Plymouth in my car. Your Dalek build, was it me just talking about the Dalek build? They put the Dalek build in a box which you could have fit a massive screen TV in, and because of that, and you know, it only took up this much space, but the box was this much. The box was crushed, and everyone that I've seen on Facebook, their box was wrecked. Do you reckon they run out of small boxes? Is that what happened to every? Miss out Stirling going that way as motorway bypasses it. You go on the M90 in Glasgow. Ah, right, okay. Okay. You see, normally when I'm there, I'm always going to the Glasgow side because I'm off up the A82 normally. So don't really go to Edinburgh unless I want to go to Newcastle, in which case I go down the A69, the Hexham Road, which goes through Jedburgh and the Carter Bar and stuff like that. There we go. Ian's happy. You got a mug, Ian. Our Dalek parts come in a bag and no magazines. Really? Oh my God. That's not good. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed tomorrow's video with the Dalek. It starts off good. I tell you now, the lenses for the lights, I put them in backwards to start off with. I do change them halfway through and I put them in the right way. Personally, I prefer them backwards. I know that they're supposed to be in this way, but I put them in this way. But I've changed it to that way because I knew I was going to get a lot of complaints. I prefer it that way. You'll see what I mean tomorrow. And then on Monday, we're going to be starting this Porsche 911 from Mike Lane. So I'm really looking forward to that. But it's been a fun stream. I've only got this left on my rum, so I'll drink that as soon as I leave. Thank you so much for all your support tonight. I don't know what I'm going to do when I see that. Mrs. Wilder Wayne's going to be saying, Wayne, withdraw some money. I need fabric. We'll have to see. Anyway, listen, thank you for joining me. Take care, everyone. See you later.